cannot get over the fact that the Democratic National Committee is saying there will not be a debate to decide the nominee for president. Are you kidding me? Over an 80-year-old man who, if he lives, will be the oldest sitting president in the history of the country. And if he doesn't live, has a vice president whose approval rating is worse than his. This guy is obviously declining mental faculties. You're putting him up in front of a podium with flashcards telling him who to call on and what the questions are going to be. And you're telling us there's no debate? What about the will of the people?
Yeah, there you've got actor James Van Der Beek from Dawson's Creek ripping into the Democratic National Committee for backing President Biden to not do any debates with his challengers. No primary debates on the D side. OutKick founder Clay Travis joins us right now. Clay, obviously, they're trying to protect Joe Biden, who right now is president.
I never would have believed that Dawson Leary from Dawson's Creek back in the day would make more sense analyzing the Democrat state of the presidential nomination fight than anyone, Steve. Right. On MSNBC or CNN combined. I watched this video and I was like, you know what? This guy deserves to be sitting on a panel analyzing everything that's going on right now. And what he nailed is we're talking a lot about the battle on the Republican side. I saw where Chris Christie's expected to enter the race, and there's going to be a huge bevy of candidates attempting to get that Republican nomination. But look, you've got 20% of people supporting RFK Jr., 6, 7, 8% supporting Marianne Williamson. If anyone with a pulse entered the Democrat race right now, I think they would beat Joe Biden. And so you have to ask yourself, why in the world are Democrats so consistently trying to protect a dementia-riddled, incompetent who is the worst president of any of our lives? And I think James Van Der Beek nailed it.
Who knew he was a political strategist? He did great analysis. You're absolutely right.
What does Pacey think? What does Pacey think about the RNC race?
Yeah.
I mean, we got to figure that out now.
Good point. Hey, there's a little video I want to show the folks. It was on TikTok. It's gone viral. 7 million people have seen this. It was put by an influencer mother who had taken her daughter to get a dress at the Bippity Boppity Boutique in Anaheim near Disney when they were met by Nick, the fairy godmother apprentice. Watch this.
So my name's Nick. I'm one of Fairy Godmother's apprentices. I'm here to shop you around and make all your selections for the day.
Okay, so there you've got him, an apparent male with a mustache, wearing a dress and makeup, and a number of people on the conservative side are saying, what is Disney doing?
Yeah, I mean, this is absurd. This is ridiculous. This is everything that's wrong with woke Disney, and this is why Axios now has Disney as one of the 5 most polarizing brands in America. Because this is about little girls being able to live out their dreams and their fantasies of becoming princesses, not about grown men with beards getting to live out their fantasies of pretending to be women. This is embarrassing. This is everything that is wrong with Disney distilled in one small clip there. And this is why Ron DeSantis is right to go after the woke Disney universe. This is a company that has gone from serving kids for its entire career. It's not the Disney that you or I or any of our kids grew up with in the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s. And this is why Disney Plus is losing subscribers, because people are fed up with ridiculousness like this.
And people are going to OutKick.com, which you brilliantly
That's
invented.
Right.
Clay, thank you very much.
Thanks, Steve. Have a great morning.
You too. I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.